brand.
Perfect. Yeah.
I would have just said, absolutely, Andrew, I planned this whole thing. You got to take the wins when you get them.
That's true.
Oh, look at Pearly. She's all dressed up. She's on point. Oh, there's Mamina in the background. Hi. Oh, that's funny. All right. Now today, I know you just saw me. Is it yesterday? Oh my God, seems like a long time ago. But today is our normal weekly checkpoint, and you'll notice that there's actually two different groups here. So the first group of interns that we onboarded is now mixed in with our second group. You know, all the groups are now into one. This is the main group. These are all the people who'll be in this part of the program until we do another intake later down the track. Okay, so you're the chosen ones, and we're all going to work together as a team. Now, what we've got to do today is just cover a whole bunch of sort of administration-ish things to get us set up for success for this week, because all our programs kick off in the next few days. Now, I'm just going to get my talking points up. When do I have them, Pearly?
I just sent them to your personal.
Yeah, I had them all. That's right. I got them on the CampusLife one. So today I'm just going to cover a whole bunch of dot points of things we need to do to get on board and matched up with your clients. Now, you will notice that people will be matched into different groups. So there's 3 different ways that you can work with our clients. Okay. So one of them is that you're all CampusLife interns, by the way, but you may work for Social Start. So Vivian, put your hand up there. So Vivian is the first person to be hired at Social Start. Okay. So she was just lucky that she, in her submission, she put in a video about a particular client segment, and I went, oh, I've got a client who does that exact same thing. And it was a really niche thing. And I was like, okay, cool. So I talked to her, interviewed her quickly, gave her a test, which was coming to our event. She did great, got along with the team. I noticed everything. And then I go, great, I want you to work for us. So she's now going to be interning through CampusLife at Social Star. So Social Star will pay her pay CampusLife for her. She'll be interning with us and working with our clients. So she's already sort of started. Now, we've also got another client at Social Star who's chosen Raven, I believe. Do you know this, Raven, or have we talked about this? No. Oh, well done. Yay for Raven. So we are already positioning some of our clients with, some of you with our clients. And this is the process, is that we have a bank of students that I must be an auto because Raven's just gone this big on my screen. So
I've been there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we've got a huge number of clients, and what we do is we want to start matching between the two, right? Now, CampusLife is a reboot from the one we ran, a few years ago. So this is the first big intake since then. So we're just getting the processes, streamlined. So just bear with us while we get that set up. Now, one of the key things is we've got this application that we built that I think I showed you last time you were online. So I might just show you again, just to remind us. I don't think Vivian, you were there. So this is our mobile app that we built. Think of it as Tinder for matching businesses and students for obviously work. And so this is the app. There's many different parts of it. This is the student-based part that I talked about. Oh, Joe, is Joe here? He's one of our first.
Yeah.
They already done it. Look at him. Bang. Now I haven't seen this today. There you go. He's filled in his stuff. I haven't watched his video yet. So he's very on the ball. Excellent. So we'll start getting you out there. These are some of our older people who we did previously. There's about 120 students on there from yesteryear. So this is what we want all of you to do. Now, there was a bit of confusion about the link just because just miscommunication between me and Pearly, but do you all have the link now to go and create one? Yes? Cool. Now, originally last week I said send the video to us, but if you just want to upload it, that would be great, because we'll review it in the app before we show clients, okay? So all you need to do is do, oh, you've done 1 minute, that's cool. I haven't watched it yet. It's just so they get a vibe for who you are, you know, what stage of your career you're at, and to see whether they match, right? The way we matched up Raven with the client that she doesn't even know about yet is that the client said, oh, you know, I need some work done. I was like, oh, you know, they can't quite afford social star services, so we've positioned CampusLife. And so we sent them we looked at the 4 interns, went these 2 seemed to match, you know, from what they want to work on to her business. We sent them 2, she chose 1. So basically the client chooses, and it was your student video was what as in your application to CampusLife, which is not the best, you know, because you're applying to CampusLife, not to her. And so what we want to use is this application in the future, okay? So if everyone can go and do this, upload a video. Now, you don't know who you're talking to because you don't know the business, so it needs to be generic enough, but just like we did in the last meeting where you introduce yourselves and you're saying, this is the sort of businesses I'd love to work with. Now, I'm happy for you to go, I love motor racing and I'd like to work in Formula 1, but I'm open to working in several other sorts of businesses as well. But don't just put in, I'll work anywhere, okay? You know, Vivian got the role because she had a sewing video and I've got a sewing client. It was like, what are the chances? I mean, it's just, you know, it was freaky in the terms of the exact match of what the client needed. And so therefore I could automatically match them. And in our last meeting, you know, when I got you to do intros, I was like, oh, I could match you with this, or I could match you with that client. So please do add in a little bit of that flavor to your videos, and then, but also open up and be a little bit broader as well. The other thing is your skills, because some people want content, some people want SEO, some people want a website built, some people want different things. My sewing client wants videos. Vivian does videos. And I go, you know, so I need to be able to see that fit so that we can guide the client into the matching process. But I need to show them something, right? So this video and the description is what we need to do. So then the other thing that I'm going to get you to do once your profile's up there is to create a profile for the employer, okay? So Vivian, I'm still going to get you to create a profile for our sewing client. Now, they won't necessarily want to do it, okay? So what we need to do is to do it for them. So I'm going to show you, not today, but I'll show you how to do it. And it's very simple. All you need to do is grab, I mean, this is just not even well done, to be honest, this logo. I just grabbed a banner. I just grabbed our star, which is not even the right, you know, we should change that. And we did make a special video. So, and the description, right? You can just interview them and ask them some questions. It'll literally take you not even an hour, probably half an hour to do. Now, they don't necessarily need to do a video, but maybe you could do a video with them. You could record them. You could do an interview like this and just go, hey, I just want to ask you some questions. What are you after in the intern and so forth? And then put that together and put it on here. It doesn't have to have, you know, B-roll and all that sort of stuff like this. I mean, you know, I've got a video business, so I can do that. Point being is that we need you to drive this work. And the cool thing about it is this is your first assignment, okay? Now, so this will be what I get you to do. Now, the way we're going to work the matching process is it'll happen over the first 4 weeks of these programs. And, you know, once you're on there, I can start offering you to the Social Star community as well. So as people go on the Wednesday call tomorrow and Thursday call, we're going to start saying, oh, can you work with this client to get their profile up? And that's a good way for you to then work with them and impress them so that they want to hire you, okay? Now, I'm going to work hard to make sure everyone gets a business, but the more you work and market yourself, the more likely you are to get hired sooner rather than later. You will all go through the program. You'll all get trained, but you'll work with clients the longer, the more you market yourself proactively. So it's a little bit competitive, but I think that's good because, you know, the job market is competitive, right? And so you're learning how to be proactive, market yourself, and, you know, start working with clients straight away. Anything else you want to add to that, Pearly?
Yep, all good, thank you. Just checking in if everyone have been added to the Google Meet on Thursday yet. I added you there, but I'm not sure. Just want to check.
Cool. All right, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen so I can look at my notes. So just before I do that, there's two parts to the employer job listing. There's one for the company and then one for the job, because a company could have multiple jobs, or they may be listed but don't have any jobs at the moment. So for instance, a sewing, person could say, I've got a job, and then I'll artificially match Vivian up with this person, and then that's fulfilled, and they might not have any more jobs. But then they might, start growing the business, go, oh, actually, I need someone to run my website, or I need someone in sales, or I need someone to, and they can post other jobs. Like Social Star might go, oh, I've got an opportunity in Brisbane, in Sydney, and one in Melbourne. So I could post 3 jobs. So you can see how a company is different from a job. And so we want to keep the companies on there permanently. And then the jobs come and go as their demand rises and falls. So we'll show you a bit more about that, but I will be allocating you to a company to do this Wednesday and Thursday. Then in the next meeting like this, we'll make sure you get told how to do it, right? It's very simple. Once you do your own one, you'll see it's just upload a video and upload text, and it's pretty simple. But how do you get the content from the client? That's the difficult thing. But to be honest, that's actually exactly what we do in our daily job anyway. Okay, so I'm going to stop presenting that so I can go back to my cheat notes. Okay, the other thing we need kind of ASAP is your agreements. So has everyone got your agreement? Yep. If you haven't got an agreement, you did tell us now so we can make sure you get that. You need to sign it and send it back, because we can't start matching with clients until we have that. Have we got most of those, Pearly?
I think around 10 people will send it back to me. But actually, I think Trusin actually have a question about the agreement. Do you want to bring it up, Trusin?
I love questions. Go ahead.
Hi, I have another question about the insurance. Do we need to ask our school to deal with the insurance problem?
No. So CampusLife has insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So work for the client. If the client has a problem, they'll come to us.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a great question. Ooh, someone's read the contract. I'm impressed. I literally just signed a contract, and we can see this, but this is for some work I'm doing for someone else. It's like this, I don't know, 17-page legal agreement. I actually did read most of, but yeah, you have to do a lot of those agreements in time and business. Any other questions? You should ask me. Feel free to get people to check it. It's just a common, agreement that we have. It's a base template. We just added details to it, so it's a fairly standard pro forma. The key parameters are, from my perspective, you're volunteering your services to get trained, and with, fair work and so forth, they allow that as long as we're actually training you, that we're not just getting cheap labor, right? So that's why we're going to run the training sessions every week. And that's why you're doing the course for free, which is the Thursday course, because we want to train you, and we want to place you. And so, that's our goal. But you're going to learn by doing. Learning by doing is by far the best. You do enough thinking and theoretical work at uni, and uni is very, important part of the matrix. However, you're here to do. And so, learning, you're not going to learn how to work with people unless you work with people, until you're actually doing real marketing and getting stress tested and, challenged. And, Pearly's got a great client, Dr. Dan, who when we first started working, it was all over the shop. Like he was very challenging to work with. Now he just says to me, you don't need to come, Andrew. Literally one of the meetings, like, you don't need to be here. I'm like, oh, okay. So I just got out and did something else. Pearly's killing it. In fact, Pearly's running a marketing class, and when I didn't come, the marketing class exploded to capacity. And I'm like, I think I've been the anchor, the one holding it back. Now she's teaching it. It's full. I'm like, crikey. So anyway, not good for my confidence, but it's good for her. Moving right along. So the agreements, I do need them sort of ASAP. If you do have questions, and please ask. If you've got a concern, please ask. It's not a problem. I actually want you to feel 100% comfortable with everything. And the only questions I don't like is when you haven't prepared. And it's like, oh, what's in the agreement? I'm like, well, I don't know, read it, and then ask me a question about it. So that was a good question about insurance. Now, just on that, just to sort of qualify that again, if you were going to go out and be a freelancer independently, you would need your own insurance, okay? Because, well, you don't have to have it, but it's recommended because you professional indemnity and public liability. To be honest, when I first started my business, I didn't have it, but as I grew and became doing more meaningful work, I got it, and I've had it for years. So that's one thing. There you go.
Yeah, it's Nicole here. I wanna, because in the email, Nicole actually mentioned about RMAT will agreement. So I actually want to bring it up to see if it's actually eligible for them, Andrew.
Oh, yeah. So I've had two people ask me about this, can this qualify for like an RMIT or a Monash subject, part of their professional development kind of thing? So I've done that several times. So in my last round of employees in the business, so not the people who work here today, the people who worked here previously, they were students, and we, not sponsored, but we had people at RMIT and Monash, and it probably works at other unis as well, where this actually became a subject for them. The only, I'd have to review the individual agreements, but Nicole, so you're at RMIT, did you say?
Yes, I'm RMIT.
Is it undergrad or postgrad?
I'm master.
Masters. Okay. So I'd have to check. I mean, you'd need to check with your uni about the qualifications for that subject. But if I'm more than happy to do the agreements, as in sign your forms, if I can read them and make sure that I'm meeting the criteria. Like some of them there's a requirement to be paid, so this wouldn't be suitable, and they're more time. So I know there's one at RMIT which it's a professional development, and it has to be full-time work. So it's a different sort of agreement. And there's another one which it's like a subject, so it's part-time. So it depends on what course you're enrolled in. And so I just want to make sure that I can fulfill the criteria. But if that's the case, hey, that's great. Get a subject done and, tick the box, right? So we're more than happy to review that. Just send it to the CampusLife email. Pearlie will review it with me. And yeah, if you can get a win-win, then why not? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Is anyone else in that same situation? I think Vivian, you actually raised this as well. Yeah. So let's go through that process, and then we can learn about it for next time, so we know, because Vivian's undergrad, right? Yeah, so she's in a slightly different situation. We had someone who was a first-year student as well, so that's probably something to think about in the future. I can't see everyone on the screen. There's 11 people I can't get on the screen. So yeah, let's see if we can do that for you. Happy to help. Was that all you needed on that, Nicole? Cool, awesome. Yes, question.
Hey, Andrew, I just had a small question. I just need to confirm the timings of the Wednesday session, because I have some classes tomorrow, so I will need to reschedule them.
Billy, it's 5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock and it's optional. If you attend the Thursday one, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when let me tell you about Wednesday and Thursday. That's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up. So Thursday is the training program. That's more important. Now, I know not everyone can get there, and people have already told me that. That's okay. There's online training, and then there's the tute, if you like. If you can't make the tute or the online, we will be doing videos. I really want you to go through the process of doing the online work and submitting it and doing the whole process. It's really you learning personal branding is where it's coming from. And then you can watch the video. You can just sort of, watch a bit of my part and scan through, fast forward. But then you'll at least keep up to date, because that language and methodology we're going to use in the Wednesday class. Okay. Now, Wednesday is a slightly different program, but I've still got clients there that we can match you with. And so for those people who can't come Thursday, some people have opted into Wednesday. If you come to Wednesday, I really want you to come Wednesday and Thursday, right? But, some people in Wednesday can't come Thursday. Okay. That makes sense. So the two programs are like this. the Thursday program is called BYOB program. It's a 6-month accelerator for someone to start a business. From I don't have a business to I've got a business and my first client. Okay, that's what that program is. My book, Creating a Powerful Business, that is the process. Like the book is written, or the course is based on the book. Okay. If you haven't got the book, I think we're sending out digital copies or something. Or no? Okay. Well,
No, we haven't.
yeah, we can make that available. But all the materials in the website, like the course is the words from the book. So it's got 12 modules and then 12 weeks of implementation. Okay. So you need to know the 12 modules because you'll be helping the client with the implementation. Okay. Now, the other course is called the BYOB Grow program. Okay. Grow community. And so that's just the last 4 weeks of that build your business repeated. So what I mean by that is it's for someone who's already got a business. So I don't need to go through what is your business going to be and building a website. They've already got that stuff. They just need to do marketing and sales. And I'm there to help them grow their business. They've already got clients. They just want more clients. So a lot of businesses, they might have 20% capacity, 30% capacity. Sam, they want to be at 80% capacity, but they're not good at sales and marketing because that's not their trained skill. They might be, they might be medical people, they might be financial people, they could be consultants in a particular industry, but their core skill is not sales and marketing, and they're coming to us to help them with that thing specifically. So the measurement of our success is they grow their revenue. Okay. The measurement of the program is you start your business, right? So, and the goal is get first client, within a period of time, hopefully 6 months, but sometimes it might be a year. But the end of my commitment to them is when they get their first client. Once they've got 1 client, they can get 2, they can get 3, they can get 4, then they can go on the Grow program to get 10, 20, 50, 100 sort of thing. So they're the 2 programs right now. And so we will match you with whoever we think is most appropriate. And you'll be in, either one of those programs or both of those programs, depending, or you'll go through the BYOB, program, learn the methodology and work with a social star client. The social star clients, they don't know the process intimately because they've just been through it once, but they'll understand the methodology. They understand attraction, they understand inbound marketing, they understand content marketing, the expert marketing system, they understand that. So when you use the same language, they should understand that. But remember, they don't care as much. So they just want the outcome. They want us to do the process. Yeah. But they should already be conditioned to our ways of working. So once you learn that, then you can work with our clients. Now, obviously, once you finish this 6 months, we might hire you. You might be hired by one of our clients, so there'll be ongoing work, or you could freelance if you're still at uni and we'll pay you for that work on an ongoing basis. So there's lots of opportunities at the end. So it's worthwhile you sort of digging into this process. We ask for 6 hours minimum, but you can, if you want to do extra work, that's up to you. But obviously the more you learn, right? But, understand you got uni and lives and, you should be going to the gym. I encourage everyone to do that. And also, working, you might have to get paid. So, we all have lots of things we do. Pearlie's got, she teaches uni, she works at my company full-time, and she's got a business and a boyfriend and a life, and she goes to Pilates. So, you can squeeze it all in if you really want to. It's just about your priorities. Yeah. So she's a good avatar for you. Not me, I do lots of things, but I probably work too hard. I still get time to have fun. All right. Now let me go back to my list. So personality tests. I had a QR code for the personality tests. Can you just press your little hands up button if you've submitted that, if you've emailed it? Will's done it. Is that all? Oh, here we go. Yep. If you haven't, here's your opportunity. Vivian, did we ask you to do that? Okay. Can you maybe get the QR code up on the slides just from the other week?
Sure. Or we can put in the link in the comment.
Yeah, just put in a link. So it is in the second week of the program anyway, but you're just getting a bit advanced ahead of it. It just helps us to understand, you in more detail. So when I'm describing you to a client, I'm going to use this as part of the process. So I can go, oh, they're this personality, you know. So it's no use getting you to help run events if you're an introvert. Not to say that you can't do it. It just means it's more effort for you to do it, right? And so, for instance, the person I'm looking at in Queensland, you know, I got on a call with her. She already works at a pub. You know, she was very smiley, very outgoing, very social. I could tell with her behaviors that she likes to run events, and running events is part of her job. So I go, great, you know, but if she's like, I hate talking to people, then I'd get her to do something else, right? So we just want to make sure that you're in a role where you feel best, that's a good fit for you, and you like doing, because we don't want to get you to do stuff you don't want to do. That's not the purpose. We're here to help you find what you love to do and do more of that. Obviously, sometimes you have to do stuff that, you know, you're not suited to, but that's a learning as well. Sometimes it's like, well, I didn't know I didn't like it until I started doing it, right? And so sometimes that's a process you need to go through. Okay, so we've done the CampusLife app sign up link. Have you maybe just put the link in that chat again, Pearly? This is just for you. We'll talk to you about the business one next, okay? Because I have to set you up in a way that you can do that. Yes. Okay, the WhatsApp group. Is everyone on the WhatsApp group? Yep, cool. Have we all, let me just have a look. So how many people do we have in there? How do we see that? 24 members. Okay, great, excellent. All right, so we're gonna start making communication in there. So just make sure that you do pay a little bit of attention to that. So, I mean, we're going to communicate regularly. We're going to, you know, weekly meetings, and we're going to be talking lots, but that's a good place to go, oh, I've got a question. Oh, I've got a, you know, something that I think is interesting. Because just remember, if you've got a question, that other people might have questions too. So it's going to save you time. Kim's at uni. Cool. That's that part. I've only got 3 minutes left, so I better hurry. Virtual background, we've got that all set up. I think everyone's got one, which is awesome. You're all using it. Vivian hasn't got it. We should have got Vivian on these meetings earlier. I'm going to send you, we might actually send you a social star one as well, Vivian. So when you start joining the different groups, we'll start doing that. You may actually even start representing your clients in meetings. So you may need one for them as well. I would just like using it. It's a good process to follow. And the LinkedIn banner. So one thing that I'm going to start paying a bit of attention to is that your LinkedIn profiles, okay? So I know that we're doing a lot of this setup of, you know, putting your videos and descriptions in different places. But if someone Googles you or we need another reference point, we do want to you to have a really good LinkedIn profile. Now, I will be running training on that. If you could go in and just make sure that you've updated whatever you can update, and that would be great. And then in the next week session, I'll do a bit of a class on it, because, you know, you're a representation of us now, and so I want to make it look super good. We actually do a lot of LinkedIn training. I get paid quite a lot to do it, so you're getting that as nice freebies. We cover LinkedIn in week 5, I want to say, in the program, but you know, we're getting ahead of the curve, like we said. We want to make you look as good as possible. It's an asset, and I kid you not, the amount of value I've got out of LinkedIn in my life is crazy. The amount of clients, you know, staff members, investors, you know, all sorts of things. So it's a very, very good asset for you to develop. And, you know, we in the future, we may do things like, you know, get your photos done, stuff like that, once we start running more events. So just in terms of that, and it's not on the list, we will be running a few events coming up. So as I said, Vivian joined us on a client event because I needed some help, and I wanted to test out, you know, Vivian in a work situation, and she did really well. So we will have more events. So if you want to volunteer for events, what we're going to do is we'll post it in the WhatsApp group, and we'll say, hey, we're running an event for a client who would like to come. Now, when you do that, you might say, hey, I can do, you know, I could help you do photos, or I could help you do, you know, videos from my phone, or I could help you, you know, I've got an RSA, you know, whatever it is, whatever asset you have, that's great. please tell us, because we could have a couple of people on each event, and it's great experience, and it's kind of good fun as well. Do you have fun, Vivian, at the event? You have to say yes, of course. But she stayed till the end, right? To the very end, helped me take out the rubbish and, right to the, all the stuff. It wasn't just the drinking the wine part. And so we're going to be, there's 2 events coming up for Bob, one in Brisbane and one in Melbourne. We're going to be, I'm actually going to Sydney next week. So who's from Sydney? Sorry, David, do you have a question? You got your hand up. Or was that from before?
Sorry, that was from before. My bad.
Cool. No, it's cool. And so I will be going to Sydney next week. So I am considering running, not running, as in inviting whoever's in Sydney to come and hang out, because there's people from all around Australia here. And then we'll organise another sort of, this is like a casual catch up. So it's not like, I'm not doing any training. It's just, I'm going to be at this place. If you want to come and hang out, talk about life and the universe, then come and do so. And so I'll probably run one in Melbourne. These are just more casual networking sort of events. I haven't decided on the date yet. I'm just locking in on my client commitments. But if that's of interest, we'll do that. And then I'll do one in Melbourne as well. And then Brisbane, we're going to in September. We're going to be running an event. And then we're going to be going to Sydney for a launch event, a bigger event, in early next year. From there, we will be doing events in next year in Perth, Adelaide, Tasmania, kind of all around, as we build the group, because we'll get another intake of students. And we do have people from all over, right? All right, so that's all the things I've got on my list. This, as you can tell, this meeting's a quick checkpoint on all the things that are happening. But in the future ones, it'll be also questions from you guys. So it's a feedback session and a bit of what we call a retro. So it'll be, what's happened this week, and I won't always be there. I'll be there at the start, but eventually either Pearly or one of our other team members will be running these meetings. And it's because when you start working with clients, you're going to get a lot more client work related queries. And we do this at work now. So with our team, we'll get together and go, I've got to set up a Social Star Hub, which is a software system we use. Got to set up the back end of this. Anyone know how to do that? I've got this AI tool that I found is really cool. Has anyone heard of it? I had this problem with a client. I don't know what to say to them. What should I say? So this is where we start doing that type of feedback. But at the start, it's all going to be admin, set up foundations. And then once we get into the course, it might be course related. Then it'll start to be client related, questions. And also celebrate success. When you've got a win, we want to hear that as well. So we'll start running that formula over the next couple of weeks. But we just need to set up for success with our processes, and next week LinkedIn specifically. And I will pull up a few just as examples. So if there's hopefully we'll find a good one we can use as a template. And yeah, so we just put up a poll in the WhatsApp group for Sydney. So if you are in Sydney, it's a bit hard. I only came up with the idea today. And I was like, I'm not sure where people live. Do they live in the city? Because I'm staying in the city. It'll be near there somewhere. I don't know what night's going to be good. I've only got 2 nights free at this stage. So I'm just looking for ideas. So, those in Sydney, please participate and help me get it organised. That would be great. If there's 3 or 4 people, that's fine. I'm happy to run it for that. Just as long as we get enough people to make it meaningful for you guys. Okay. Does anyone have any questions, or Pearly, is there anything else that, there you go. See, Will, top marks for you. Connect with me. So this is part of this connect value point that we have at CampusLife. Connect with each other. You're all in the group, right? One thing that I'd love to see is just a quick intro from all of you on the WhatsApp group. We ask that for our clients. We have a WhatsApp group for the clients, and you might just go, hey, here's my preferred name, which is often for quite a few of you. You've got, different names you're using, the ones on the screen. That's useful. You don't have to give your resume, bless you. It could be just, hey, I like to do this and this, and I'm Kim from Melbourne, and I like personal branding, and, does anyone want to go to, I don't know, karaoke next week? Something like that. I just made that up. So do that little check-in, and that'll help you to connect. There you go. All the LinkedIn's coming up. And we will check in next week like this. However, we'll see you on Wednesday or Thursday's call. And And if you ever can't make it or whatever, just give us a message. Just put in the WhatsApp group, oh, hey, I'm sick, I'm caught up in class, something's come up, my parents are coming to stay, whatever it is, just let us know so we know. But it's a voluntary program, so it's for your benefit. So I'm sure you'll be motivated to come. But if you can't, we completely understand. It's not going, one day is not going to run the whole program. So, all right. Any questions before we finish up and I go on to my next meeting with Pearly? No? Is everyone feeling good? Can we have a thumbs up? Yep. All right. Everyone's going to be wearing purple next week, I can tell you. Awesome. All right. You probably better put those LinkedIn things in the WhatsApp group because when we close this, it'll all disappear. So lovely to see you all. I'm really looking forward to getting started this week and matching up some clients. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.